How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. How witches monitor you and tactics they use to weaken and attack you. That's the title of this video. Witches, particularly those who practice harmful or malicious forms of witchcraft, are said to have various ways of monitoring and attacking individuals. Now, these tactics may range from subtle psychological manipulation to more overt spiritual and magical assaults. Now, in this video, I'm going to give you detailed information about how witches might monitor you and weaken or attack you. Now, number one is through energy surveillance. One of the primary methods witches use is to monitor individuals is through energy reading. Practitioners believe that everyone has a unique energetic signature that can be tracked. Now, this energy can be scanned by witches to determine the emotional state, physical health, and spiritual well-being of their target. By focusing on someone's aura or energy field, a witch can get detailed information about that person's current life situation and vulnerabilities. The other way that a narcissist can monitor you and weaken or attack you is through psychic spying. A witch may use psychic abilities to look into a person's life from a distance. This could involve methods like remote viewing, scrying with mirrors or crystals, or simply using telepathy. Through these techniques, witches are able to learn private details, such as thoughts, intentions, or future plans, without the target's knowledge. The information gathered can then be used to manipulate or attack. The other tactic narcissists use to monitor you and to weaken and attack you is through astrological charts. In some traditions, witches use astrology to monitor individuals. By casting the natal chart of a person, a witch can determine key aspects of that person's life, including strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and challenges. Knowing these details gives the witch the power to focus the attacks at critical moments, such as during a person's vulnerable transits or planetary influences. Now, the other way witches monitor you and the tactics they use to weaken and attack you is through divination practices. Witches often rely on divination tools like tarot cards, pendulums, or runes to get insight into someone's life. Through these practices, they can uncover secrets, vulnerabilities, or future events. By regularly using divination, they can keep track of their targets, movements, and emotional states, thereby staying one step ahead of them. The other tactic is through psychological manipulation. Witches skilled in psychological warfare might use their knowledge of human behavior to subtly manipulate the emotions or decisions of their target. By learning the weaknesses, insecurities, and fears of their victim, they can create emotional pressure. This psychological manipulation is often employed to weaken a person's will and sense of self, making them more susceptible to magical influence. The other tactic is through creating doubt. Witches can also plant seeds of doubt or confusion in someone's mind. This tactic is used to destabilize a person's thoughts and emotions, often leading them to second-guess their own decisions. Through whispered words, subtle gestures, or manipulating events to appear more sinister than they really are, a witch can cause their target to lose clarity of mind. The other tactic is through spiritual surveillance. Many witches believe that spirits or otherworldly entities can be used to monitor a person. By enlisting the help of familiars, spirits, or astral entities, a witch can gather intelligence of their target. These beings may follow the person, send back information, or even influence the target's actions. Then the other tactic is hexes and curses. Once a witch had gathered sufficient information about a target, they may begin to attack through spells, hexes, or curses. These attacks can weaken the person's life force, cause bad luck, or disrupt their relationships, career, and health. The witch may use their knowledge of the target's weaknesses to craft a curse that's particularly potent. Now, the other way witches monitor you is through energy draining. They attack you, they weaken you and attack you through energy draining. A witch may aim to drain a person's energy slowly over time. By making psychic or energetic attacks, the witch can deplete the person's vitality. This can manifest as physical fatigue, emotional exhaustion, or mental fog. Victims may feel drained without understanding the source of their depletion, which makes it a covert form of attack. Some witches are believed to practice psychic vampirism, where they intentionally feed off the emotional energy of others. They may attach themselves to a person's energy field and siphon off vitality, often leaving the target feeling emotionally and physically drained. The witch may do this without the target's knowledge, feeding off negative emotions like anger, fear, or sadness. The other way witches will monitor you and weaken and attack you is through aura disruption. Witches are said to be able to disrupt the aura or energy field of their targets. By creating disturbances in this energy field, they can cause physical and emotional imbalances. An unhealthy aura can lead to illness, anxiety, depression, and various other health problems. The witch might also use spells or incantations to cause lasting damage to the target's aura. A common tactic for witches is to work behind the scenes to isolate their target from loved ones, friends, or colleagues. They might subtly manipulate situations so that the target is left alone without support. This makes the victim more vulnerable to further emotional or spiritual attacks, as they have no one to turn to for help or comfort. The other way witches monitor you and weaken and attack you is through manifestation of fears. They use their craft to bring a person's fears and anxieties into reality. This could involve casting spells to manifest the very things a person dreads, whether it's failure, rejection, or loss. By turning these fears into tangible events, the witch can break down the target's confidence and will to fight back. Now, the narcissist will monitor you and weaken and attack you through dream manipulation. Witches are believed to have the ability to influence or manipulate dreams. They can invade a person's subconscious mind during sleep, planting disturbing visions or nightmares. This can disrupt the target's rest, leading to mental and emotional instability. Dreams can also be used to plant suggestions, so the person might unknowingly make choices that benefit the witch. The other way witches will monitor you and weaken you and attack you is through binding spells. Binding spells are commonly used by witches to limit the actions or free will of a target. These spells are designed to prevent someone from moving forward in life, often by limiting their choices, opportunities, or actions. The witch may perform rituals that tie the victim to negative circumstances, keeping them stuck in a loop of misfortune. The other way witches monitor you and weaken and attack you is through psychic blockages. They may create psychic blockages that prevent their target from receiving intuitive guidance or insight. By blocking a person's spiritual channels, such as their third eye or crown chakra, the witch can ensure that the victim remains unaware of the magical attacks or the true nature of their situation. Again, the witch may use illusions and deception. Witches may use illusion magic to manipulate the perception of their target. By creating false images, sounds, or experiences, they can make the person believe in things that aren't true. This can cause confusion, paranoia, and misdirection, weakening the victim's ability to think clearly and make sound decisions. Again, the witch may use entity attachments. They may send or invite malevolent entities to attach to their targets. These spirits can feed off the person's energy and influence their behavior, often making them act out of character. Over time, the attachment can lead to psychological instability, increased depression, and even physical ailments as the entity siphons off life force. A witch might engage in the spreading of rumors or gossip as a form of social manipulation. By distorting the truth and creating misunderstandings, they can destroy relationships, careers, or reputations. This form of attack can be highly effective because it operates in the realm of social perception, where the target may not even realize they are under attack. Now, the other way witches monitor you and weaken and attack you is through spiritual warfare. They may engage in direct spiritual warfare, where they use their powers to fight against the energy or spirit of the person they are targeting. This could involve invoking curses, sending spiritual attacks, or calling upon dark entities to wage war on their victim's soul. The goal of this warfare is often to weaken or break the person's spirit, leaving them vulnerable to further manipulation or harm. Now, these tactics represent various methods by which witches might monitor, weaken, or attack an individual, often making the victim unaware of the source of their misfortunes. While these practices vary greatly between traditions and belief systems, they share a common thread: the use of hidden or subtle forces to influence, harm, or control others. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Thank you.